Hi guys, it's Lorna. Today I wanted to do a bit of filming. I have been putting up a lot of like workout videos, and I thought maybe instead of just putting up the workout video, I would also put a little like a little talky bit. So I thought to start off, I would say a little bit about how I got into bodybuilding, because I know it's a question I get asked a lot. Not so much on Instagram, but more in real life. It's when I tell people like, oh, I'm into bodybuilding, they'll just be like, what on earth made you get into that? And you know, it's a long story, so it's like, you know, it's a big thing, and like to sort of like say, oh, what got you into that? There's not really one short simple answer to that. It's a big, you know, it's a series of events in my life that happened and sort of led me on that path. Before we begin, if you're wondering where I am, I'm in my new room at uni. I'm starting uni next Monday. I mean, I've done my first year at uni, but I'm moving into second year. I'm doing maths at Newcastle, and I've just moved into my new house, because, you know, in first year you live in sort of student accommodation. Like, I lived in Manor Bank last year, and then this year you sort of usually move out into a house with your mates, and I think I'll just show you guys my room. So I've got my clothes in here, got a nice little wardrobe in here, my heels, and I'm quite a messy person, but I've got this really handy cupboard just to put all my makeup and well, not my makeup, but like my bits and bobs, you know, like my toiletries. And got a massive chest of drawers here, which is really good, because usually I really struggle for space. So I've just got all my clothes in here, and I've put all my makeup on there. But I do usually do my makeup on there. I have to move my makeup. I don't want my makeup on my desk. My desk just looks a bit messy because of I was working out how to set up my camera. So I've got my desk, got a little mirror. It's really good. It's quite a nice room. Yeah, I'm right on the front of the street. Yeah, so I wanted a lot of light. I like a lot of light. I hate dark rooms. I just hate like caves and stuff. So I wanted this big window. It does mean I have to like, if I get changed, I don't open them until the afternoon, because obviously you can see right in, like, I've gone outside with a friend, and like people, and you do make eye contact with people outside, and it's just like, yeah, you do make eye contact with people outside, and sometimes it be a bit awkward. You're just sort of like looking out the window, and then someone looks in, and they just like lock eyes for a moment. But yeah, I do like it. I mean, I'm at the front of the house. It gets a bit cold in this room, and I'm pretty sure I get the most spider of the back to, you know, the title of the video, how I got into lifting. So I'm only 21. I only just turned 21. So I mean, I've had my Instagram account since I was 19, so I've always been quite young for a girl who's into lifting. And I'm quite big for my. Obviously, there's a lot of girls on Instagram who are young and bigger than me. Like, there's a few I can think of. But like on the average, I think I'm quite big for my age. But yeah, so I used to hate PE when I was at school. I was definitely the one who was picked last for PE. I think I was a bit chubby when I was little. Hated PE. Always hated PE. But I always liked the idea of the gym. Like, I think PE, I hated the sort of like social aspect of it, like, you know, like teamwork and stuff, because I'm not very good with that sort of thing. But I always wanted to go to the gym and just like run on the treadmill, because I thought that looked really fun to me at the time, like the treadmill. So I've always had an interest in sort of fitness, not so much sport. So I used to have fitness DVDs. Got the Cindy Crawford ones, and they were very good. Like, they were just like a lot of bodyweight exercises. They would be split into days, I think, but it was like just like a lot of like bodyweight squats, press ups, lots of abs. It was more that sort of thing, just something you do in your sitting room. So that was sort of what I used to do. I used to be really thin and really quite fit. Like, when I was 16, I had like really thin arms, but I've always had big legs because my mum got my mum off work. She got someone gave her you know those like cardio machines which like you use the cross trainers. Yeah, my mum got one of them, and I used to go on it, right? And I used to put it on a really high, like really tough setting, like really a lot like high resistance setting, and just like really like try and sprint on it. But I did like 40 minutes of like high intensity basically. I don't know how I did it, but 3 days a week I used to go and do like three workouts a week. I used to do 40 minutes each, and it was like a mix of sprinting and then like sort of walking on this like cross trainer, and I used to like not stop until I hit 40 minutes. So I was like, I really don't know how I did it, but I suppose I wasn't really doing anything else fitness wise, so that's what I did. And that's what gave me big legs, like sprints. Like that's how my legs got bigger. And I remember my dad saying like, I don't like how your legs are really big now. He said something like that when we were on the beach once. So I stopped doing it for a bit, and then my legs just shrunk back down again. But then I was like, I was like, oh, I don't like it. Like I miss having my big legs. I just like, I don't know like. It was just something that I had about me, which sort of made me. And I went back on the cross trainer, and they just came back straight away. It's very easy. It's very easy for me to build my legs up. They're very naturally like big. You know, like it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot of like sprints aren't really weight training, but they are high intensity. So yeah, it didn't take long to make. Got quite like not as big as they are today, but like it's quite solid. And then, so I was doing that, so I was about 15, 16, I was doing fitness DVDs, like Cindy Crawford, and some sprints on this cross trainer. So that was like basically my fitness routine at this point. And at this point I hadn't really discovered anything to do with like, like women with muscle or anything. I wasn't on Instagram or anything. I didn't go on the internet very much. So the first woman who had muscles who I noticed was actually, I got into, at the same time I was getting into metal music, and then I was getting into death metal, but I only really liked death metal. I only really liked death metal that had women singers, like women death metal sort of growlers. And obviously the most famous one of them is Arch Enemy. And at the time it was Angela Gossow. Angela Gossow was the one who was singing. It's now it's changed to what was she called again? Alyssa White? Yeah, I would say Alyssa White singing now, but it was Angela. And there was just a picture of her abs, which were really good. I might try to get it up. She was like a raw food vegan, but she was really into her fitness, and she's just shredded. Can you see? That's a bit too much colour. So like she had like really good. She was just really like, at the time that's what I wanted. Like sort of like to me it looks really skinny, but to me it looks really skinny now. But I wanted abs basically, and I still haven't got abs to this day. But at the time I really wanted abs, and she had the best set that I thought. I just thought she had a really good body. She was like really toned and like thin and defined, and I loved her singing as well. I really liked it at the time. I got lots of signed merch off her and stuff. And she had an eBay account, and she used to sell like signed like tops and flags and outfits and everything. I spent like hundreds of pounds on that. I was good when she said she wasn't singing anymore. But anyway, yeah, so that was about 16. I discovered that, and then obviously I knew to get muscle you needed to lift, but I didn't actually get to the gym. I went to my local gym, and I live in Durham, and Durham is really shit for gyms. Basically, they used to be owned by the council. The council don't want to invest money into your recreation. Council wants money for shit. like housing and stuff. But anyway, so it's a council-owned gym. It was a really shit gym, but I went anywhere because it was just across the road from my house. I was like, I want to join the gym. And they were like, okay. And I was like, oh, can I see the weights room? And they were just like, why do you want to see the weights room? It's like, well, I want to start lifting. At the time I was like a 16-year-old girl. I was really thin. You know, I was like, I looked very young. And he's just like, can you join the gym? Can you join the gym? And he's 16, he's like asking this woman, the woman's like, and then the woman behind the counter was like, yeah, you can join the gym when she's 16. And then this man was like, okay. And he showed me the room. It was like the tiniest room. Had like a Smith machine and maybe a leg press and like not much. Like I couldn't really see anywhere to squat or anything. And he was just like, alright, you get the big guys in here curling like 50 kilograms, you don't want to be in here and stuff like that. I wouldn't go in here. And it just made me feel like I wasn't welcome, and like, to be fair, there was some like guys in at the time, but I was just like, we gotta learn somewhere, like, and then he's just like, oh, we've got sandbags upstairs, these like bags which you like do like shit with. I was like, yeah, but I don't want to use them. I want to use actual weights. I want to do actual weightlifting, and he's just like, I don't think you should go in here. So I was like, oh, screw this, and then I said to my dad, I was like, my dad's got 3 garages because my dad's obsessed with cars. And I was like to my dad, I was really upset, and I was like, I really want a lift. I really want a space in your garage. And I kind of got, and me and my brother wanted to lift at the same time, so we both bought for Christmas. We both bought an Olympic barbell with weights, like some plates. We had 2 sort of dumbbells which you could add weight on. They only went up to 10 kilograms, and then 2 squat racks, but like the proper you know, they're not proper squat. It's not a proper squat rack. It's just 2 stands that holds like the bar. We got that, and a flat bench, because we couldn't even afford a bench that had any sort of incline. All we could afford was a flat bench. So yeah, so we both clubbed it, and that cost us about £500. All that, we've got it. And we still didn't have, like, we had, at the start we did have our own garage space. My dad made us, but then my dad went into getting, like, he bought lots of cars at one point because he thought he could, like, do them up and, like, sell them for more money. So at one point we had to, like, when we wanted to go in the garage, we had to ask my dad to drive a car out and then drive it in. And we got really arsey about it, because it's no good starting cars up then stopping them and starting them up again. Like, you know, it's not good. It's not really good for a car. If you're going to start up, you have to like drive it around for a bit. Got arsy with that, and then eventually got like so many cars that didn't work. We had to actually like push the car out of the garage, and then that was okay because there was a bit of a hill, and then we had to help him push the car back into the garage. That was quite ridiculous, but it didn't last too long. But yeah. You know, it was in the garage and it got cold during the winter. But that's what I did. That's how I lifted between 16 and 18 years old. So there's a lot of young girls out there who go out and they join a gym when they're 16 and they get a lot bigger. That's why I'm not very big, because I have been lifting since I was 16. I'm 21, so I thought it was nearly 5 years. I think it was more like 17 actually. So 17 to 21. So 4 years I've been lifting. But like a year of that wasn't even really like I couldn't isolate anything. All I had to do was squats and deadlifts and bench, and that was pretty much all I could do, you know. So I could only train like 3 times a week because of all these. So it wasn't ideal, but that's what I had to do, because I really, really wanted to lift, and my gym wouldn't let me lift. And you know, that was the best I could do, and I'm actually really lucky that my dad had a garage that I could use. I'm really lucky I had the money to buy all the weights and stuff, and I've still got all the stuff. But you know, I was really very lucky that I was able to do this. Yeah, but that's how I train. And it's not ideal, is it? Like a proper gym with all the cables and the isolation machines and stuff. The best muscles I must have built though were my legs. All I did for legs was squats. That was all I did for my legs, and deadlifts I suppose helps your legs a bit, but that was literally all I could do for my legs was squats, and they were the muscle builder for me. So that's why I always try to do squats, because they are I respond to them very well. But yeah, so I didn't actually join I didn't actually join a real gym until I started uni when I was 18. I went to Sheffield for a year when I was 18. And yeah, I didn't manage to, and that was my first experience of like a gym with all this equipment and all this. That's when I had to learn a lot about like, you know, cable exercises, and I could get a proper split going on. I was still training like 3 times a week just because I didn't really know how else to split it. So I went from, I think I did like back and biceps, chest and triceps, and legs. Yeah, I think that's all I did. So that was my split. Until now I do back and rear delts. I do arms, like biceps and triceps, delts and shoulders, and legs. So yeah, so that's the split I do now. I don't know when I fit shoulders now. I think I just threw in some like shoulder presses now and then when I want to do shoulders. I think I did the shoulders and triceps, so then I don't think I trained chest back then. That must have been it. But yeah, so that's I suppose that's sort of like the. So yeah, so that I went to that gym for a year, and then I dropped out of Sheffield and came back home. And then for a year I just went to the gym. I was back in Durham, but I had to get the bus into Durham to go to a gym that was actually decent, because obviously I had that gym across the road. I didn't want to use the weights in my garage again, because obviously I knew what was out there, and I knew how much better an actual gym was so much better than having like. I know a lot of people would be happy with having just weights in the house and stuff, but I can't do it. I like machines. I really like machines and cables. If I had enough room and I could buy all the gym equipment for myself, obviously that would be perfect. But you know, I don't have that much money. It costs thousands to buy stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah, I found a gym in Durham, which was okay. It was quite expensive and didn't really have as much. Didn't have the greatest amount of equipment, but yeah, it was okay. And I started going 6 times a week then. That's when I started doing, like, I was training my body parts twice a week. So I was going like 6, oh no, I think I was going 5 times a week actually. Yeah, I've never gone 6 times a week. I was going quite a lot and but I didn't really start training to the optimum until basically a year ago, really, because that's when I discovered like Dorian Yates sort of like high intensity training, and that's when I started like thinking, oh yeah, maybe he's going and lifting like shoulder pressing 10 kilograms for 12 sets of 4, maybe, so that's why my shoulders aren't going, and now I'll go up to like 22 kilograms on shoulder press, even though I do 6. I'll end up doing like 6 reps. You know, it's just better, I think. I know a lot of people like to train how I used to train, but I've seen better results with the Dorian Yates way of training. Yeah, but I suppose if I suppose there's a lot more to it than just going to the gym. Like, why did I want to have so much muscle? Well, to be honest, it's kind of linked to my metal music, because I listened to metal music, right? And I used to listen to, like, when I was really young, I used to listen to like Linkin Park, System of a Down, you know, it was that sort of time period. But I always wanted to go heavier, so it went from like that to like to Arch Enemy and stuff, and like death metal, and I went even heavier, and I listened to like brutal death metal and stuff. So I always wanted to go like heavier. So when I saw Angela Gosal with like her abs, I was like, oh, what do women with more muscle look like? And I found like, you know, I found some bodybuilders, like figure bodybuilders. I really like figure bodybuilders, but then I looked at the actual female bodybuilders, and at the time I really didn't like it. When I first saw them, I thought, oh, that's too much. You know, initially when you first see a female bodybuilder, it's like, oh god, like, you know, I did like sort of like nah, you know, I just sort of glanced at it, but then I kept thinking about it, because obviously like my sort of personality type, I always want to go like I always push things, and like, you know, I'm like more muscle. I kept going up and up and up, and then like it didn't take that long, and then I sort of found like the 90s female bodybuilders, like Linda Murray and stuff, and then I was like, oh yeah, that looks really good. Like it just looked good. Like there's nothing like sexual about it. Like it's not a sexual thing. Like me liking female bodybuilders, I just think they look really, really good. Like, very aesthetic. I just feel like it's the optimum a person can look. Like, male or female bodybuilders, I feel like that is the optimum way to look. I've had a lot of fun sort of explaining my story. I feel like it was quite hard to explain, like, the sort of what I was thinking at the time I started bodybuilding, but I'm just glad that I'm sort of still as interested in it as I was when I started, because I know a lot of people get into stuff and, you know, it's very exciting starting a new project or hobby, but then eventually you do get, like, with most things you do, like, sort of give up. But I always see myself lifting for the rest of my life. It just makes me feel better just to go and lift, if nothing else. Even if I'm not really going where I want, if my body's not really putting on as much muscle as I want, or if I'm not losing as much weight, I don't ever regret going to the gym, because it just makes me feel so much better. I think that's another reason why, like, even if we take away the bodybuilding and the like, looking how I want to look, it's very much about just feeling good, because I really love lifting weights. I love pushing myself and on machines and free weights. I really do enjoy it, and I don't get that same feeling with cardio or anything. I only really get it with weights. So even if I'd never give up bodybuilding, but even if something happened and I couldn't bodybuild, I'd still try and, like, go to the gym. It is like my absolute favourite thing to do. It's just a shame when people ask, like, what your hobby is, and you say bodybuilding, but they just sort of see it as, like, well, they see when people say bodybuilding as basically, oh, I like to go to the gym, which it is at the moment, because I haven't competed yet or anything, but, like, and then they're just like, well, what else do you like to do besides going to the gym? And you just like, it takes up a lot of time, bodybuilding, doesn't it? So, you know, but obviously it's not everyone really knows about it. So, but yeah, I hope that's been a good explanation. I hope this video hasn't gone on too long.